I talked about LeBron and, his sacrifice and, forget my streaks, forget everything I've done. Let me just let me do everything I can for the team. Well, he can do all that. It doesn't mean the Lakers are going to go win an NBA championship. So LeBron can do his part. Luka can do his part. AR can do his part. I do think that there's one narrative left that's going to be very important to watch. Look, they're 13-4. They're playing good basketball. They've got an 8-2 record on the road. They're clearly showing that they can hang with a lot of these teams other than the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think there's going to be some pressure on Rob Pelinka to, you've been holding on to a lot of these assets. Fine. Be smart, be very, think big picture. But before you get to the NBA trade deadline, this roster is starting to kind of prove and show, like, look, if you can get some more talent here, give us a real opportunity. Give Luka a real opportunity. Give JJ a real opportunity. Give AR and LeBron a real opportunity. And I'm not telling you that I know who they're going to go trade for, and I'm not telling you Wiggins is the right guy because we've heard his name a lot. What I'm telling you is give these guys a shot. I mean, there were some assets last year the Lakers went all in with. Mark Williams, they traded for Mark Williams, and then we know what happened once it was Dalton Connect. It was a first round. Lakers were giving up some talent, and they were giving up some of their assets in order to go try to make a move. And then next thing you know, okay, well, that trade gets nixed. You still have all those assets. I think the most important thing to look at right now with the Lakers is if you're Rob Pelinka, the team and the roster. I love this quote, and I've heard some different GMs and president of basketball operations. I've seen it in baseball. Basically what they say, look, the team dictates whether we make a move or not. The team is going to tell us we're good enough to go make a move or we're not good enough, so don't go make a move. Or we're so bad, start selling off some of the assets. It's safe to say almost 25% into the season, and I know we'll be well over 50% in the season, so we'll have even a more sample size, a great sample size of what the Lakers are. I know we'll reach a point where we'll have an opportunity to say, well, okay, Rob, they've told you whether they deserve for you to go make some moves or no, pump the brakes. I don't want to throw bad money towards something. I don't want to, there's people who are running businesses and at some point they're like, that's it. I'm not throwing any more bad money. Sometimes I got to cut my losses and move on. The Lakers right now seem like a good investment. They look like they've done the right things individually. Looks like a lot of these players came into the season with the right mentality. Ayton's overperforming. Marcus Smart is showing some value. Jake LaRavia's had some moments. Luka looks like an MVP. LeBron looks like he could still compete on a night-in, night-out basis. JJ seems like he's the right head coach. I think the Lakers are telling Rob Pelinka, brother, we're worth it. Go spend some capital on this team. You have the flexibility. You have expiring contracts. You have some assets that are on this roster and this team. If an opportunity presents itself, go make an opportunity happen. I do think there's going to be some pressure on Rob Pelinka. And I don't even mean bad pressure. I mean, hey, I have to respect what this team has done. And if we're sitting here 30, 35, 40 games into the season and the Lakers are still playing at this kind of, this tempo or having this much success, all right. You got to go make a move then. So I could say everything I said about LeBron and sacrificing and all that, but I do think the Lakers need more talent, and I do think it's going to be up to the front office to put them in a genuine, real championship window where you're saying to yourself, it could go either way with Lakers and Denver in a 7-game set. It could go either way with Lakers and the Rockets in a 7-game set. And I don't know if anybody can get past the Oklahoma City Thunder, but you obviously want a puncher's shot. All right. I'll read a couple of the comments here, and then we'll start looking at a few more topics that I have. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see. Lakers are good as is. I don't think so. I do not think so. I really don't. I think that if they're going to have a legitimate shot in the Western Conference, I still think they're going to need more talent. I think they're going to need more talent. I'd love to agree with you, but I'm sure Houston is saying we need more talent. I'm sure Denver is saying what are some areas we're going to need to improve on. So yeah, I don't know about that. Let's get another one here. I know the Pistons are playing well, but I haven't seen any of their games. Team strengths. I'm with you on that. I genuinely do not have. I I genuinely do not have a feel for that of the Pistons. I just know they're balling out and they deserve a lot of credit. Slee, let's give these guys a shot, but with who? Who would be the perfect player that's attainable? So here's the one thing I'll tell you, and I'm not going to name names because I don't know who's going to be available. So I could tell you the type of player that would be perfect. Type of player is a 6'7", 6'8", two-way player, maybe 6'7" to 6'9", a two-way player that can play defense and hit threes. I think that's ideal for the Lakers, that can guard multiple positions, that's got some experience in the playoffs, that's somebody that could be a Laker for the next 2 to 3 years. I think that would be ideal. But I will tell you this. I will say that there are so many bad teams right now that I think there's going to be a lot of teams that we didn't think are going to be selling off that are going to be selling off. Let me give you some examples. Memphis is 6-12. Utah's 5-12. Sacramento's 5-13. Clippers are 5-13. Dallas are 5-14. The Pelicans are 3-15. Half of the Western Conference is irrelevant. Half of the Western Conference could be selling off. So that's what I mean by, players that are available. It has more to do with what's happening around the league. Let's get another one here. We need fit guys, not bigger names. We don't want to become the Clippers. No, you're right about that. I don't disagree with that. And I'm talking about fit. I'm not talking about a name. I'm talking about this is a guy that would fit on this team and on this squad. Thank you very much for watching the clip. Just want to give a shout out here to one of our partners, the Wallace Firm. They are official injury attorney of the Sliwa Show and Hoops Talk, the entire channel. If you are ever in a need, and I hope you're not, but some type of serious injury with yourself or a family member of yours, I would like to personally help you by introducing you to the best in the business, Brad Wallace and the Wallace Firm. Also got a URL out here that you can use as well. Just go to wallacewins.com/Sliwa. Thank you for their partnership, and thank you for being a part of the Sliwa Show.